I'd like you to submit a team in the AFC that has played as consistently well as the Patriots. Not the Colts, not the Ravens, not the Chiefs. I'm not saying that they're the most talented. I'm not saying they're going to be there at the end. I'm not even saying they're like the most complete necessarily. Who else has strung together 8 straight performances decisively like this? Mistakes and all, some dirty wins, some great wins, some like incredibly powerful rivalry raising wins. Like, this is real. This Patriots thing is real, and it's very fun. And, you know, all of these things were that were these alleged weaknesses, these things that, like, when I'm listening to, you know, the really savvy people locally there, when I'm seeing the national audiences talking about these areas of concern, they're strengths now. I don't know how they did this. Vrabel, coach of the year. What about the receiving core? Diggs, every bit the dominant number one he was before the injury. Another 100-yarder from him. Everyone in the group's making plays. This is a strength for them somehow. There were questions about the running back room. I had them. I'm plugged into this fan base. They're like, give me Henderson or give me death. That's what it felt like. And here he was again, 3 touchdowns. And it's the way he's scoring them, what he looks like. This, like, the hitting the hole, the in between running stuff. Like, it's unbelievable. He's really turning into, I think he turned into an absolute superstar, which I think the fan base, a lot of people who track him know. But given the opportunity, Drake May, you know, I don't know. Just unbelievable. There was not one inaccurate ball last night, and he was freestyling like Mahomes and Allen, which he's there right now in this year, in this vacuum, in this fight to make it out of the AFC. And they're getting better every week, which is scary. It's not just consistent. I don't know what the ceiling is for this team, because they've outscored opponents by an average of 8 points per game over this 8-game win streak. With those wins over the Bucs and Bills in there, of course, they outgained the opposition by over 500 yards over that span. And yeah, you can point to the overall schedule not being like the toughest walk in the park. Okay, it's a nice, beautiful fall day. They're crunching leaves under their feet. I get that. But it's one thing if they were just making it through, right? Like, they were just like, okay, they're dominating their schedule. They're dominating these teams. They're not just getting these wins. They're convincing. And in the NFL, that's hard to do no matter who you play. And that's why I don't fully get them. And I love FanDuel. FanDuel, I love you. What's going on here? Okay, the MVP frontrunner is Drake May. We know that. They're in the 1 seed. How are they 11th in Super Bowl odds? Tell me more. What do you think, FanDuel? What do you think, fans? I'm not saying they should be favored. You know, is this not like a little disrespectful given the body of work and everything that I just said? What's not working? What hole can you poke? Number of teams ahead of them who have not really built up that sort of consistent trust, that aren't getting better and better every week. And I would say, like, I'm looking at, like, I would say like the Colts, right? The Ravens, I think, are going to go. The Bills, I got questions. Yeah. I'd like a receiver, all that, everything that's going on there. I have a couple, and I think that that's fair. If you look at just the 2 weeks left, the Colts need to figure something out. They have a bye week. I think they'll be okay. Colts Pats is really like where if we're talking like AFC rather, right? I know we're looking, but them sitting here 11th is really, I imagine, predicated on the fact that he is young, and that he in the road to these other cats at the top have been there before, but then, or have gotten close. Like, you look at those the top 3 you can't argue with. Bills have been further. We'll see how these odds change if they take down the Bills. But I don't know, like Broncos defense and like what their offense could be. Are we more convinced with them than the Patriots? It's a good question.
Yeah, and even to your point with the Colts, as great as the Colts have been, they're neck and neck into the standing. It's a legitimate argument, a legitimate discussion that you could have between the Patriots and Colts. The Colts maybe have a little bit more top-end talent, but the fact that the gap is plus 1,100 to plus 2,000 between those two teams does seem like a lot. And there's one team, I know we're talking AFC there, but as far as just trust in the whole league in general, I noticed, you didn't mention the Packers there in this conversation either.
What's going on with the Packers? Where are they?
They're plus 1,600. They're ahead of the Patriots as well.
I've been quiet. I have not been quiet on the Packers. I was a raging. I'm wearing a blue.
Just right here. Oh.
I got my. They got to show me something.